Today is May 10th, 2025, and I am at Lucky Parle State Park in Chippewa County, Minnesota.
Hi, how are y'all? I'm glad you answered. I'm also doing just okay, but there was the llama incident, so what are you gonna do about that? Alright, well, we're going to a park today. Crazy. Here's the thing, I don't want to say it out loud yet because I mentioned it to my mother, and similar to the Glendalough incident, she was like, oh, blah blah blah, repeated it, but pronounced it back a different. Hold on, it's really echoey. I need to close my window. Okay, she repeated it back, but pronounced a completely different way. I said it with how I'd expect it to be pronounced with French phonetics, because it's a French name, and she said it the way you would with English Minnesotan phonetics. So when I get there, I'm going to hope they're open, because I checked the website and they said the ranger office is only specifically open Monday through Friday and selectively on the weekend as far as staffing would allow. So no clue. We'll find out. And then, you know, you read the title and you heard me say it 2 clips ago after I found out the info. What you gonna do? Don't know what music I'm gonna play. I need to stop by my parents'. I haven't told them I'm doing this. I made sourdough discard bagels because I had sourdough discard and I needed to do something with it. The issue is as much as I like baking, I actually don't like eating that much. So I need to get rid of these bagels. I ate one of them. And now I'm like, well, that was good enough. I'm done. I have 7 more of these. So I think I'm going to go to their house, drop them off on the counter, not say anything to anybody, and leave immediately. Anyway, that's the plan, but it's time to, like, get on the road and do the things and all that. So, see you when I get there. Arrived. Lucky Parle, I just want to talk. What the fuck's going on with your signs? Why do you have 3 different park entrances? Why are none of them adequately signed beforehand? Why is within the park every turn just a guess? Why does your map so terribly confusing? I got beef, and I haven't gotten out of the car yet. Anyway, we're here. I don't think there's a ranger station at all. It has like the icon on the map in the key, but never once on the actual map does that icon appear. So, I have no one to ask if it's Lucky Parle or Parle. I'm gonna say Lucky Parle, unless I slip up and say Parle. That was the way my mom said it. I was saying it with French phonetics because it's a French name, and she kept saying it like with English phonetics, and I thought it was kind of weird, but whatever. We're at the lake. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I truly was gonna ask, like, hey, what do you think we should do? I should hike. No clues. No clue. But it's really hot in my car, so I need to get out before I die like a dog. Birdies are full, like out in full force. So here's the sitch here, is that this campground's pretty small. Or not campground, but state park's pretty small, all things considered. And second, it's kind of broken up into 3 areas. So like there's like a long trail that kind of goes along the road for a little bit, but also there's an upper campground and a lower campground. There's not really any, there's like 1 trail at the upper campground. Oh, hold on. I found where the ranger station is on the map, but it's completely separate from the entire rest of the parks. Okay, I found the ranger station. It's completely up here, just kind of on its own. You could hike there from the upper campground, but more likely you'd have to drive there from here. We're currently down here, because there's some trails here. Is there even, the Hidden Club Trail is this loop because it's like the only freaking trail. This parking stuff, like entrance here, doesn't freaking exist. Don't even bother. But you see, and then there's the state recreation area, which is over here, which is not part of the state park, it's something else entirely. So, you see why there's way too many entrances. And also, when you're over here, trying to get here, you sign that says park, like, office that way. And you think like, oh, it's going to be here by the group camp. Completely wrong. It's apparently up here, which I literally couldn't even find on the map. So maybe when I'm leaving, I will try and head up there. But also, the state park sign is actually over here. So there's kind of a lot of this park just spread out around the south point of Lucky Parle. Just, you know, to be confusing, I guess. Switch shoes because I'm currently on a sandy beach and that's not the terrain for hiking boots. Anyway, I will say the weather outside is gorgeous. It is sunny and like 73. I was able to just have the window down while I was driving here, which I love. But here is technically, okay, looking at the map, I don't think we're right on the lake. I think this is Lucky Parle River, which is like, you know, it breaks off from the Minnesota. Damn. Smells like a lake. Derogatory. here's the culprit for why it smells so bad. You see it, you see it. So, I think we'll do like a little bit of time over here just because it's, you know, the whole like thing of the park is that it's, you know, Lucky Parle, the lake that speaks. We'll get to that.
This land has a long history belonging to the Dakota people who lived along the Minnesota River and called this lake the Lake That Speaks. This would later be translated into French, who called it Lucky Parle, meaning the same thing. In 1826, a man named Joseph Renville, whom Renville County is named after, probably, I didn't check that, but it seems like the kind of thing that would be true, who was half Dakota, had a Dakota mother and a French-Canadian father, ended up building a fur trading post on the south end of Lucky Parle, which is where this park is, and eventually he also helped Christian missionaries translate, you know, that's iffy. In the, not iffy in the historical, iffy in the moral sense, he helped them translate and make a dictionary of the Dakota language as well. During the Great Depression, the WPA created the Lucky Parle Flood Project, which not only helped reduce flooding in river towns like Mankato, but it stored water for times of drought, preserved land for public hunting and wildlife habitat, and created lakes, parks, and scenic drives. The largest park was Lucky Parle State Park, which was founded in 1941. As for the geology of this park, here is the scoop on that. At the end of the last glacial period, this is like 15,000 years ago, Glacial Lake Agassiz, which is like the largest freshwater lake the Earth has ever seen, covered most of northwestern Minnesota and started draining through Glacial River Warren down south, which carved out the Minnesota River Valley, as well as created some like deltas. And I got splashed. Glacial River Warren drained southward, carved out the Minnesota River Valley, which also had a lot of deltas that would become tributaries to the Minnesota River, and those started to carve out basically wide lakes from those deltas. The park still contains floodplains as well as prairie hillside, but the park is most known for all the birds that gather here. That is in fact where it gets the name, the Lake That Speaks, because in the spring and fall, especially during migration season, the lake is absolutely covered in geese, swans, pelicans, all who roost here, who are constantly making a great cacophony of noise, and then spend their summers here as well before migrating. The nearest city is Watson. It's about 5 miles away, but if you are looking at visiting, we are 109 miles from St. Cloud, 148 miles from the Twin Cities, and 252 miles from Duluth.
But seriously, look how murky this water is. Like, you can kind of see that rock right there, and then it's so shallow when you cannot see hardly anything. That should tell you we're not a very clear lake, what was the one we saw? Oh, when we were at Bearhead. That was so clear compared to this. It's like, ooh, okay. Okay, so the issue is that any signs that are in the park don't show up, like what they're saying there isn't listed on the map. Anything on the map there are no signs for. So best guess, I think I'm on an unmarked parking lot. This is for sure a parking lot, by the way. I'm not just parked in, it is for sure a parking lot. That is maybe around here because there's a toilet sign. And there's a toilet over there, which also, strike two, there's no hand sanitizer at all in that outhouse. Like, it's not even like, oh, they were out, it's like there's not even a dispenser. I don't mean to be... Maybe I'm being, like, too fancy about that, but I feel like usually there's at least hand sanitizer, even if it hasn't been refilled. So, I think I'm over here by the river, so I think I'm gonna go back the other way. I don't fucking know, because I think this is the only place I could park and then go hiking. Can I be so honest? I don't really want to do any more hiking because this park has annoyed me. I'm here, I got my stamp, I recorded something, but I need to, like, do some sort of walk. So I think the answer is I just need to stay parked here and figure out where I can get on this goddamn trail. Because there's one freaking trail. And then I'll do some of it. Probably not even all of it. I'm not to have a repeat of Flandrau, but I'm in a mood. And I wasn't in a mood until I got here. We're just gonna walk along this road, I guess, until we maybe hit a trailhead. Or just like, not even the trailhead, just like a spot where it intersects with the road, because it looks like it's supposed to. And hope. The birds have been my companions. They've been quite noisy. Which I guess makes sense. Although the name refers to like waterfowl, and these are all songbirds, but you know, whatever. There's this one robin that's been like walking ahead of me. I'm gonna call that one Tim. It smells like lilac. It's an improvement from smelling the freaking clamshells by the lake. That's for sure. Okay, so we started over here. We've walked down here. This is the trail we're trying to go on. It's the hiking club trail. And I can see the road that's walking on loops around and then you can head back up. This is the loop, which means theoretically there should be a trail right there. Do you see a trail? No, me neither. So one fun thing I plan to do when this is all over is make a tier list of all the state park signs, judging like the signs by themselves, not like anything else, just for funsies. However, it means that some parks that I really like are gonna get terrible scores because their signs are just really bad and boring. Some parks that I've kind of had a bad time at and I'm not enjoying are gonna get really good scores. Is that the trail? That cannot be the fucking trail. So y'all will be ecstatic when you see the sign. It looks great. However, that can't be the trail because, okay, I'm going insane is all I gotta say on that front. It's pretty, and the fact that the weather is nice is really what's helping it here. I guess I could maybe walk down here, but I don't think this is the trail. Because this is clearly, it should intersect with the road and cut that way if that's the case. And I don't think it does. Okay. Let's just walk over here. It's been desire paths at least. Just so we can have any video. Because that's the thing where I'm like, well, I feel like I'm just kind of done because I have nothing else to do. However, I have quite literally no video. So this is not it. Like, if I walk this way, this is not a trail, I don't think. If it is, this cannot be it. Like, that's all I gotta say. If this is it, I'm kind of disappointed. Alright, final thoughts on the park. I don't want to be negative. Because it's not like the park itself, like the nature is bad. Finding it incredibly difficult. Like if I had to rank all the state parks right now, I know where I'd put this one on the list. But I'm not gonna be negative. I'm not gonna be negative. Also, I'm kind of hot now. Where was it? It says 73, but I feel like it's more. That could be because it's sunny. 76. I'm supposed to get hotter, so I'm kind of glad we're leaving now. I feel like I've spent not that much time here, and well, that's true. I've been here for like an hour, but also even before I parked here, I spent about 20 to 30 minutes getting lost from all the horrible signage. If you're gonna come here, bring a friend to hold the map because your GPS won't help. Okay, bye. Maybe y'all saw a different side of me today with this one, but you know what? I never claimed not to be a hater. I claimed that every park I'd been to before this had been good. Well, we found the black sheep in the family, I suppose.
It's kind of cold, actually. Well, that's what I get.